What's up? Twisted Tuesday has begun. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, the patrons, everybody else in between, we appreciate you joining us here this evening. It's a Gravel Tuesday tonight, as Feinberg will be stepping up and in as he did the other night at Wild Wing. And if you're wondering, in real life, yes, he likes to pace and move around. He's a restless child, Jeff Feinberg. I would say Reckless and Wild, which is a very good song by the metal band Accept. But Feinberg's not really wild. He's kind of a degenerate, but he's our golf insider. And I'm just looking right now. I'm caught off guard. I see the Orlando Magic have completely melted down. I swear to God, these parlays never fucking win, do they? The parlays never motherfucking win, man. It's insane. So they blew a 12-point lead in the fourth quarter. New York Knicks up 105-100. They're about to win again. I fucking had a weird feeling about this fucking game. The Knicks won the other night. First time in like 18 games they won at home. So, yeah, here it is. Orlando's melting down. You know, there's a thing with Orlando. They went on that little streak and shit, and they played themselves into playoff contention, but you know they're not going to keep it up. You know, the Brooklyn Nets managed to fight through and sort of through injuries even and battle through everything. Orlando is not as good. You know what I mean? It was a nice little run, but they're not consistent enough. Losing to the Bulls the other night, now losing to the fucking Knicks. They beat the Raptors. They stepped up, but you got to be able to win fucking, 2 or 3. You can't win fucking 1 or 3. You got to win 2 or 3 and keep going. Me and Cam talked about this. The Orlando fucking Toronto parlay fucking screwed me the other night too. Unfucking believable. These motherfucking cocksuckers, fuck. Well, the only positive I can take out of this is, well, at least I didn't play the future on them. Because they keep losing these games they're supposed to win. They're not winning this fucking division. It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. What's up, Truth? What's up, Jimmy Mack? Kyle Johnson, Stooch? We missed you, Kyle, on Saturdays. Too bad you couldn't make it down. Vegas Gun, Bruce Chad. Well, we knew Bruce Chad wasn't coming. Like, look in the chat. Shauno was there. Good to see you, Shauno. Shauno's a class act. Thanks for the drink, Shauno. Shauno was there. Spencer S. was there. Brooks was there. Although we will say Toronto and the Sioux aren't it's not that close. But you know how we have Hall of Fames? Like Rockamaniac's got to be getting into the Hall of Fame soon. Clam Chowder, over 15 years of service, flown thousands of miles, buses, slept in airport terminals. Mick Aussie, countless road rages across North America. Rockamaniac, the only one amongst you that's been around since day one. The historian. Well, like if we ever come up with like a Hall of Fame award, most dedicated viewer with 0 attendance. Bruce Chad's the Hall of Fame / shamer. Well, even Feinberg showed up on Saturday night, and Pat Mayo. Now we've met Shawno before, but we were occupied the day we met Shawno. We were all business in Kitchener. We were all business in Kitchener, but it was cool hanging out with Shawno. So the Raptors are motherfucking destroying Boston right now. The Raptors are they're up by like 22. The Boston Celtics chemistry problems continue, and it's amazing, isn't it, when you think about it? Like the Boston Celtics were fine without Kyrie Irving. They bring Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving's there, and like it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like the Boston Celtics are on the verge of fucking like punching each other soon. Like you can tell. Like I remember it was about like 2 months ago and stuff, and they were pushing each other. And I said at the time, whatever. You know what I mean? Team, this stuff happens a bit. It was Morris and Tatum got into it, but it's pretty clear that this team, like, they're not, they don't like each other. Like Kyrie Irving doesn't play defense. So, that's the thing. It's sort of like when Isaiah Thomas was there, who they actually liked, right? They actually liked Isaiah Thomas, but Isaiah Thomas didn't play defense. Now, Kyrie Irving doesn't get his torched as much as Isaiah Thomas, like the worst defensive player in the history of the NBA. But there's a strange dynamic when Kyrie or Irving is there and playing with the Boston Celtics. Like they're actually better without him for some reason. All right, let's bring in Jeff Feinberg right now. It looks like he's like a crew member on the show Duck Dynasty.
Yeah.
What's up, Feinberg?
I'm a little disheveled. You're not wrong. I got a little disheveled look. But Gabe, like, no surprise.
It's more the hoodie than the disheveledness. You always sort of look disheveled.
Yeah. If I told you that I own, like, any camouflage gear, because you've known me long enough and well enough to know I'm certainly not an outdoorsman. I think in one guess, you would guess that it's probably like a Chargers, like, salute to service hoodie. And that's just
you're such a mark. You buy, like, the NFL like gear, like.
Yeah, I gave it was like 60% off, like in the summer in San Diego. So I'm just like,
yeah. No shame there. Although you should have a San Diego Fleet jacket by now.
Yeah. Listen, I loved the fact that Mike Riley returned to Qualcomm and lost. I tell you,
that's cold.
Because he was the coach at the darkest times. The 1-15 season. Yeah.
You know what's interesting? The Fleet actually didn't look good in the first game. They won their second game where they were like, they were all right. You know what I mean? And,
yeah, I saw this. The second game was a bit of a rainstorm because I just follow locally, and a lot of people, Charger fans on Twitter, like from San Diego that I follow, they've decided to, they're trying to support the Fleet and. They're hyping up their tailgates and what have you.
I don't know how many people they got the other night.
It hasn't been It hasn't been a lot. They're saying 10,000, but
Yeah.
people who are there are like, I don't think so. So
I was gonna say it seemed to me there was probably, I was gonna guess like 13 to 15, but you're saying the 10 range. You can tell though, and it's a problem. And we fall for it all the time, but the Alliance League came out, they had those big ratings on TV and stuff, but they're not on CBS anymore. They're on other networks.
yeah, they're on CBS Sports Network. That's not CBS. Yeah.
And
CBS will pull a rating.
and they're in trouble, like the Alliance.
Hainzer playing Golden Tee would pull a number on CBS.
Yeah,
you gotta
I don't know if you saw the. There's a tweet out there about it was the Salt Lake football game the other day.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it.
Dude, there was probably like 60 people in the stands. And I'm not exaggerating. Let's say that honestly, there was it looked like there was 1,000 people, if that. And they're playing where fucking Utah played. So it's a big fucking stadium they play in. And it's totally empty. And you can tell they're not showing the crowds at all. They only show them in certain games. Orlando's doing all right. San Antonio does all right. I know in San Diego, they would only show the end zone that was full. And I know, that Salt Lake gave the tickets away. People were all over Twitter. You were getting them literally free at you just had to go to the office or whatever. So they're already in trouble. We're seeing that the guy that put $250 million in really didn't put $250 million in. It turns out it's basically a line of credit.
He's just he's a sugar daddy until he's done with it.
A week by week line of credit, basically $3.5 million a week, essentially, to keep them going. He's got a clause that he can get out at any time. I'm going to get into it after, but there's a lawsuit now at the Ebersol kid, which number one. So basically, just quickly on this, Jeb, is that there's a businessman in LA. It's actually a pretty interesting story. You like things like this. It's so there's a businessman in LA who approaches Ebersol. All right. So they sort of get connected, whatever. This guy knows fucking Ebersol's father a bit, through business connections in LA. This guy's a rich dude in LA, businessman. So he meets with Ebersol. And it's when Ebersol is doing the 30 for 30 on the XFL. And it was his father that did the XFL with Vince.
Yep.
So they do the 30 for 30, and essentially, Buddy fucking approaches him and says, "Why don't we do the XFL again?" Right? So why don't we do the XFL again? And let's go to Vince and try to do this again. So they basically come up with a plan for XFL 2.0 and shit. And Vince is disinterested. So basically, I guess Vince is thinking, fuck, I'm not going to do it you guys. I'll fucking do it myself, if anything. So Vince is essentially disinterested. So this business guy in LA basically came up with the Alliance deal. And he's got text messages and emails to prove it, actually. Ebersol looks kind of like a dickhead kid in this for sure. So basically, Buddy came up with all these ideas about the regional players and fucking, the contracts. And the guy really put the league together, it seems, the ideas. And Ebersol basically stopped responding to the guy and went into business with someone else and is ignoring the guy. So the guy's suing Ebersol right now. But what's funny is, what are you suing the guy for? Fuck. How much money does the fucking Alliance have? I think this guy thinks he's going to get a piece of the $250 million. They don't have that $250 million. I hate to say it because I'm supporting it and I'm betting on it, but the Alliance of American Football League's a shit show, bro. And they better pray they get through this tough water and get NFL practice roster players and shit going. Because if they don't get the NFL support behind them, this league is toast.
So do you feel the XFL will equally be toast?
No. It's advantage XFL right now due to the salaries. Due to the salaries. Look at the XFL is going to pay $250,000 to quarterbacks. You know, you're making $82,000 in the Alliance League. Vince McMahon will never have a cash flow problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Vince is in bed with Fox now with WWE and shit as well. You know, Vince has Vince has all kinds of partners. It's interesting too that I was reading that Charlie Ebersol didn't want to get involved with this Alliance League. He wouldn't put his name on it. like almost like he fucking knew. He's like, no. It's an interesting read. Deadspin has like the details. I'm going to go over it later in the show, but I'm starting to buy in more to Vince only because I'm looking at the people that are getting hired, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. But would you not have thought the coaches in the Alliance were pretty credible for the most part?
Yes. Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. I would say that Bob Stoops is more credible than most of them, though.
Yeah, no, agreed.
You know what I mean? Like Dennis Erickson. You know what I mean? Look, I just saw an interview with Dennis Erickson. Like, he looks like he's like 90. Fuck, you know what I mean?
Spurrier.
You know, Steve Spurrier wasn't getting hired anywhere else. You know what I mean? It's not like Spurrier was beating down job offers, you know?
Yeah. Mike Martz, Mike Riley.
Bob Stoops voluntarily stepped down from Oklahoma like 2 years ago. Like, if Bob Stoops put his hand up and said, I want to coach college football, like, he'd be in a fucking major power fucking a year.
Oh, yeah. That's what makes it. Yeah, of course. No doubt about it.
If Erickson puts his hand up, he might get hired at Akron or something, you know?
Yep.
And probably not, like, to be honest.
Probably not.
But anyways, no, Jazz, the NFL, Vince doesn't need the NFL. Vince doesn't need the NFL. The Alliance League needs the NFL. Vince won't need the NFL. That's the difference. You know, Jim Zorn is one of the coaches. We'll see. I don't know. I just think Vince, they only went 1 year last year. I doubt he's going to go through all this fucking trouble for just 1 year again. You know what I mean? And if they're paying, decent amount of money for players to play, if players are making $100K and quarterbacks are making 200 and shit, they'll get a decent caliber of player, better than the Alliance League is getting. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but the Alliance League, like, Vince is getting a chuckle right now because he's seeing this and he knows, and Vince has got God knows how much fucking money, right? I swear we should have invested in WWE stock years ago. Fuck. I remember when it was like $7 and shit. Fuck, $8. It always goes up. Like, he doesn't lose, this guy.
Apparently, I don't know. The ratings have been pretty shit, but the company's fine.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. TV ratings is just one small element.
You know what the difference is, Jeff? The key is the TV ratings aren't shit. They're just not as good as they used to be.
Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I see this all the time. Like, I read all this TV rating shit, right? So I see it all the time. It's like, the ratings this, the ratings that, blah, blah. Yeah. It's still fucking, like, he's got, like, still 3 of the fucking top fucking 10 rated cable shows. Fuck. So it's like, it's almost like a corporation. Like, we had a bad year this year. We only made 160 million because last year we made 280. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they just keep piling on the money. It's like the UFC. People bitch about the UFC more than ever. Oh, the UFC sucks. Look, their fucking viewers are down. And you look at their UFC ratings, and it's like, oh, even on ESPN, they had 1 million or 900,000. But they were going against shit. But they went against the NBA All-Star game. That was it. It's like, yeah. Dana White's losing sleep at night, Jeff. ESPN gave him $1.5 billion. Fuck. Every year for the last, 5 years, people have hated on the UFC and said the UFC sucks. UFC is going in the wrong direction. UFC pay-per-views suck. UFC's only Conor McGregor, and every damn year the UFC makes more money than they did the year before. Like,
I'm amazed how they are able to run every freaking week, Gabe. Like, it's mind-boggling to someone on the outside that they run those shows every week.
Yeah, it's quite the operation they put together. You got to give them credit. And plus, they don't pay anybody anything, really. They pay select fighters something. But so yeah, the combines this week. You gonna bet the combine? You got some combine props?
No, I haven't seen anything. I don't know. If you got a good tip for me, if someone gave me a nice tip, like, I wouldn't be opposed to getting in on something. But no.
Yeah, I can't sit here and tell you, oh, you gotta bet this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Yeah, it's real degenerate shit when you start getting into how many fucking reps a kid's gonna bench press at the combine.
Oh, it's worse. I saw they had someone. I mean, on Twitter, I saw someone posting that they put out props for Kyler Murray's like Wonderlic score over under.
Oh
like
yeah,
27, 27, I think.
They always insult. Like, it's just these fucking lines. Like, it's just There's odds actually for how long Robert Kraft will be suspended. Like, there's all kinds of stupid shit. But I'm looking at Bet365 now. They have not put anything up yet. Bookmaker. Actually, you know what? I should look at. Let me check out FanDuel, just because I can go to the window. Let's see, football. I don't even know if they're allowed to bet on the fucking. I don't even know if they're allowed to bet on the combine and shit. NFL. No. Yeah, I'll usually bet. I'll have a prop or two. I bet the hell out of the draft. I know you bet the draft, right?
Yeah, I'll make some draft bets, but that's more quantifiable to me. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know how to make a combine bet.
Like, yeah, you start getting. Listen, the one thing, if I would, Kyler Murray is 4.42. I think he's probably going to beat it. Like, that's what. Look, he ran a 4.38 this year, right? Right before the season started, they had a race, in Oklahoma. So there's another really fast kid on the team, and Murray ran a 4.38. And Murray is said that he's ran a 4.3 before. He ran a 4.3 in high school once. So it's 4.42. He's bulked up a little bit, but I was watching video of him earlier in the day, man. The kid's fucking fast, man. Like, there's a video of him against Texas where he just runs past everybody. And I was thinking, I'm like, man, these kids on Texas are pretty fast too. And like they look like fucking you or me chasing them. It was nuts. Like,
yeah,
the kid can take off.
And we're in draft season, Gabe, because you always go from there's no quarterbacks. This quarterback class is shit. I've seen some mocks that I trust via trades and what have you. They've got Haskins, Murray, and Daniel Jones from Duke going in the top 10. So
yeah, you know the drill, dude. This quarterback class sucks. There's no one's going to be good. And then by the time the draft comes, people's favorite team, we better get fucking Haskins, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the hype just grows. Like, you'll see after the combine, holy fuck, man, you see that kid throw, and he knocked it out of the park, and the rumors, he drilled the interview. So, you know what I mean? They're gonna that type stuff. Coaches loved him, and the mind games that go on. But I'm telling you, Kyler Murray is going to be a top 10 pick.
I believe you.
And Dwayne Haskins will be a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
I think Dwayne Haskins is the best one. Landry Football. We had Chris Landry on today. He's a longtime scout, and draft consultant and stuff. So he was real good, and he says he thinks that Haskins is the best one. And it comes down to a Kyler Murray that basically, if you want to have that type of offense, But if you're running that spread offense and shit, look, Kyler Murray seems like, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes first overall, dude, to Arizona.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. Josh Rosen gets traded.
Yeah, Gabe, I even saw some crazy stuff where the Cardinals would actually pick Nick Bosa first overall, but they would trade back into the top 5.
Oh.
It would cost them, Rosen and more picks, like Rosen and...
Oh, I hear you saying. So they grab Bosa, trade
and then,
Rosen.
like Rosen, their second rounder, which would be the first pick, in the next year's first, there's people, I don't know, there's maybe it's just like Arizona fanboys, but there's this scenario that's not like, it's not impossible for them to pull off, but to take Bosa.
I'll tell you, Josh Rosen doesn't fit Kingsbury's offense. Yeah, he doesn't. And, Kyler Murray will be the fit there. It's interesting, though. There's only in the top 10, and teams would have to trade up, which they might do. Like you said, you never fucking know. Shit can get crazy. My belief is Kyler Murray will get drafted first overall, and they'll trade Rosen, or they won't trade Rosen because I think there's a reluctance to trade him, but just because they just took him so high last year. But I think they will actually. I get the feeling they're going to. If not, I think Murray's going to go to the Raiders. Fuck, I really do. Or Haskins will go to the Raiders. The Raiders are going to get a quarterback, and they're going to get rid of Carr. The shit's going to hit the fan eventually here. People will see the combine. They'll get a better feel for what they want to do.
Yeah, the NFL's about to. The NFL's about to. They're sleeping right now, but the NFL's about to dominate the news cycle again. Outside of the Robert Kraft.
Eventually stuff has to start happening, right? March 13th is the date that the deals can officially start going down. Le'Veon Bell supposedly is telling people that he's going this thing's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. That it's going to get going here. Interesting, Pittsburgh Steelers, 3 teams only interested in Antonio Brown.
Yeah, who's that?
3 teams have contacted him. We had a guy on from Pittsburgh. One of the teams are the Raiders, supposedly.
Yeah, who did I see? Peter King reported, I think it was the Raiders, the 49ers, and I want to say the Buccaneers. Hey, I don't know. I'm not sure. What do you think he actually ends up getting traded for? Second round pick? No one's giving a first round pick.
I think they could get a first round pick.
Can I just say this? I know, but history has not been very kind to this trade. People pointed out to me and I know every circumstance is different, but I think Moss went for a ridiculous, a 4th or a 5th or something. Owens went for a 2nd when he went to Philly.
They're going to argue. They're going to say, listen, he might be 30, but he's a hell of a lot better than Amari Cooper in the production, etc. And you can't look. There's not been a drop off with Brown either, right?
He's got a 6-year Jerry Rice comp stat line. It's fucking remarkable.
Yeah,
literally. So, your Sharp, your Warren Sharps will show the numbers. Whether the hate, whether you think he's obviously the arrow's probably got to go down now, at some point. But he's got a 6-year run that is comp to Jerry Rice in statistically. So.
He owes that a lot to Ben Roethlisberger for throwing it to him all the time, and the offense being around him. He's kind of a dick.
Yeah, listen, I don't know. You think oh my god, who was it that was adamant the Dolphins need to get him and Kyler Murray in South Florida? Someone maybe.
The Dolphins for sure are in the fucking mix for Kyler Murray.
The Dolphins just to be relevant again.
They need exactly.
Because even when you were the Browns,
even Le'Veon Bell,
Gabe, even maybe it was bad. The 0-16 Browns were more relevant than the Dolphins, just because they were 0-16. The Dolphins are the most irrelevant team with not a single player sure, if you're a keeper football fantasy guy, or there's guys. I'm not like an idiot. Like there's a couple nice linebackers and nifty little players there, but there is nobody to build like a team around there. Period. So it's like they should be all in on Kyler Murray and Antonio Brown.
And their owner is filthy rich too.
Well, they all are, but yes, him specifically, yes, Stephen Ross.
Yeah, not that right, they all are, but I'm saying it's strange because he seems to care more about Michigan than he does the Dolphins. It's a bizarro world,
they are. Not that it matters. They're so far off the radar. I think, Gabe, to be honest, I think in the current Super Bowl odds, they are dead fucking last. There's teams that will probably suck, but they're like, I don't know if everything breaks right. Maybe they won't. That's why, for all the hate on Gase, the fact that team, was 7-9 with a chance to be 500 was, to me, a fantastic coaching job. Because that team fucking sucks.
Yeah, I can't argue their suckness. I can't. I can't argue their suckiness. I'm looking right now. NFL special props. So yeah, we have Antonio Brown plus 239 San Francisco, Jets plus 458.
The Jets are interesting, but to me the Jets only do it, Gabe, is if they really swing and miss in free agency and they're desperate for something. But I think they're gonna have I think the Jets have a plan that doesn't involve him.
Yeah. They have a good chemistry with Robbie Anderson. I think, if anything, they would go for Le'Veon Bell first. I think Le'Veon's the one that they had there. And it's been rumored before. Supposedly Le'Veon Bell is put it out there. He doesn't want to play.
Do you give the Colts any? I mean, because the Colts are the team with like the Jets, but they might be more ready to win. They have $100 million in cap room. I don't know. Shouldn't they give up a second round pick instead of paying for Le'Veon Bell? They got cool running backs.
Yeah,
Marlon Mack. I don't know. You can never have enough weapons.
It's interesting.
There's no way Ebron doesn't regress.
They want to put up with Antonio Brown. He's going to want the ball all the time. T.Y. Hilton is getting injured more and more often and breaking down.
But to me, Andrew Luck might actually be a leader. That's the thing. If this guy goes,
linked to Le'Veon Bell way more. Look at the odds, and the odds makers don't know, but they sort of do, right? So
they have an idea.
So look,
they're not
Antonio Brown is 12-1 to go to the Colts. The sixth choice. Le'Veon Bell, the Colts are the favorite, plus 331. See, the Jets are the second choice at 4-1. Detroit Lions 5-1. They're not going to fucking Le'Veon Bell. They got the kid out of Auburn there.
Detroit
are very unpredictable. The Raiders could always be in the mix for anything.
There's also rumors of Baltimore. Who was I think shucks. I was listening to Pro Football Talk.
They're 10-1 Baltimore. They're on the list.
In division, it'd be a big splash. The running thing is they have to live and die with the running game anyway. So why not get a great pass catching superstar? I
don't know if he's a good fit there, dude. Personally, with Lamar Jackson and shit, I guess. I don't know. I don't see him with Baltimore. Maybe he would want to do it to try to screw Pittsburgh over and play against them, but deep down inside, I think he'd probably want to, he'd want to get out of that division. Houston Texans sort of stick out. I don't know their cap situation, though. That's the thing, because the team that's coming up the most with these guys is the Philadelphia Eagles, right?
Yeah, the Eagles keep coming up, and they like to make splashes, and they're very active in the trade market.
Exactly.
Houston, I don't know. I mean, Gabe, are they gonna try to keep Clowney? Are they going to let him sign with the Jets?
And also, what's the fucking point of bringing Le'Veon Bell in if you've got fucking Bill O'Brien as your coach anyways? What are you going to do? Fuck,
Yeah. I mean, the popular sentiment with Clowney is he's either re-signing with Houston or the Jets are going to make a big money offer there.
We'll see. We'll see if these teams are really open for business for real. I saw the Buffalo Bills were tweeting about free agency today. So, but I'm thinking, like, why are you guys doing this? Like, you only just like you put expectations on yourself now, and you get the fans' hopes up and shit for this stuff. Oh, the other one was John Ross today being put on the market.
Listen, hope it might not. I don't know what it will cost. Hopefully, not too much, because I know the Chargers probably just aren't involved. But I think a guy like Terrell Williams could be a great fit for the Bills.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what sort of tier 2 receiver they try to scoop up or how they approach this. I don't know. The Bills are unpredictable too. They're not bad at drafting players, but they haven't, like, you have Josh Allen now. Like, the offensive cupboard is bared, man.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, yes, Gabe, you're right. You look at some offenses that you think, oh, that they need this or a piece there. The Bills legitimately need 3 to 4 offensive weapons.
They need a tight end. They need a fucking legitimate wide receiver. They need a fucking new running back. They need a better offensive line.
They need 2. Yeah, they need 2 receivers. No, I'm not talking about anything other than weapons. They need 2 receivers, a tight end, a running back.
Yeah.
And that's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
You can make case for maybe another. I like a guy or 2 that's already in there, though. So
listen, Foster showed me something. I'm not going to throw this kid under the bus. Like, with Josh Allen. Zay Jones actually fought through his personal troubles and is a baller. Like, he tries hard.
You need to get, to me, the guy, like those mobile fun quarterbacks. Like, yes, they need weapons, but they need that tight end that like can stay in that like 6 to 8 yard range and then be wide open. You see it with Kelsey all the fucking time.
Yeah, I was talking about Bill signing Tyler Eifert.
I mean, if he stays,
Yeah, exactly. If he stays healthy. I got to tell you, though, there's a couple of stud tight ends in this draft. We talked about one of them today. This kid out of Iowa, I guess.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I watch, because here on, like, Canada, sometimes you get those noon Iowa games on one of those, like, TSN, early ESPN games. And, yeah, no, they have a tight end that's, I don't know his name, but you watch those games and you knew this guy was NFL bound.
Yeah, what's the kid's name? He's a big kid. He's like 6'6" type shit. Yeah, I'm fired up for this shit.
You want to invest? You want to invest that high? I mean, a 2nd round pick probably?
Let's see. Let me get the kid's name here. Where is he?
He's got the personality and the leadership too.
Yeah, TJ Hawkinson. There's 2 of them, which is crazy.
Yeah, they had 2 tight ends.
Can you believe this, Jeff? There's actually 2
from Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're both ranked the number 1 and number 2 tight ends in the fucking draft.
You watch these guys. They just ran like crosses with each other the whole fucking game. It's the only way Iowa
They're both 6'5", like 250. TJ Hawkinson and Noah Fant. They're literally ranked like number 1 and 2. So projected, they're projected, their ranking is the TJ Hawkinson 20th, Noah Fant 26th. And then after that, the Irv Smith Jr. kid from Alabama, big 6'4" kid. He's ranked 41st overall. But yeah, so like you said, the Bills did that. It's a good call by you. Josh Allen is a big kid too, right? Big 6'5" quarterback. It'd be nice for him to have a big 6'5" fucking target to fucking whip it to. Big dude that can handle the fucking fastballs that he throws too.
Yeah, no, he keeps the play a lot. That just you see it. He deserves that type of playmaking tight end. I mean, the Bills need so many weapons.
And even John Ross. Part of me is like, fuck, stay far away from this fucking kid. He's injury prone and blah, blah, but fuck, man, he's fucking fast, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a few projects.
Touchdowns, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. He doesn't make a lot of plays, but with Josh Allen, you get a nice big tight end over the middle and shit. You get a running back. bam, bam. But you get a John Ross, and you basically tell him, listen, fuck, just run straight every fucking play here. And Josh Allen is the type of quarterback that can actually get him the ball, dude. It's a little different with Andy Dalton and shit. Like, Josh Allen can throw the ball 70 yards in like 2.8 seconds, Jeff. You've seen him do it, like with the flick of the wrist. It's crazy. Like, he can see.
I don't know.
Fuck, John Ross is open. But the thing is, John Ross doesn't make a lot of money. He only makes $4 million a year. So in today's NFL, it's not a lot. But, well, let's see if they can do better on the market here, you know?
And I mean, listen, it's a bit of a wild card, but it could be a buy low opportunity. There's words that Miami will be cutting Devontae Parker,
first rounder
out of Kentucky a couple years. No, Louisville. Sorry, the first rounder out of Louisville a couple years ago. I don't know. I was always a fan, but
I know his kid. He's ruined me in fantasy a few years, dude. That guy. Yeah, that's the thing with the Bills, right? Like, they're going to have to gamble on a few of these dudes because you look, it's not a great free agent wide receiver class. Like, really, what's his name? Golden Tate. Golden Tate's good. He's a professional.
Yeah,
good, but
not
a good fit for the Bills. You know what I mean?
And like I said, Williams from the Chargers.
Yeah,
those are it's not a great class,
but it's like and it's interesting to see. It's too bad the Marquise Brown kid got hurt. You got this Metcalf kid out of Ole Miss. I don't know. You look at the Buffalo Bills, and they're not the type of team that's going to draft a wide receiver. I don't see it. Like, they always go for the fucking meat and potato blue collar.
They got burned by the Watkins pick. So
yeah, they need some skill. They've done a nice job. Like the Trey White pick, the defensive guys. They've been nice picks, but Phillips, etc. They've got some grit now. And McDermott brings grit on his fucking own. We know he can coach defense. You need some skill. You need some fucking skill position players.
Every time. Yeah, Gabe, you can never have too many skill position players. I mean, I know the Patriots they're an anomaly to everything you believe in and want to say when they end up winning in the end, but you need as many as you can get. You want them on the field at the same time. And you cause havoc. That's how you win. Yeah, no doubt about it.
You win with talent. Exactly. You win by overwhelming other teams with talent. It's as simple as that. Like,
and the Chargers, just for a sec, they got beat in that big game. They got their ass whipped, but for the most part all year, they kind of just hucking all their weapons out there.
Yeah.
Multiple running backs, multiple receivers, tight end. Just let's go. Rivers just up chucking it, and they were just winning because we could outmatch you. So they had to.
Yeah, it's like it's sort of like having like in the East before with the Raptors and just LeBron in the way,
Yeah,
Rivers, running into Patriots there, all fucking teams they have to play. Bad weather. It's just sort of.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Yeah, it is. So all right, let's get into the golf. So it's Honda this week. So correct me if I'm wrong. Is the Honda actually in Jupiter, Florida?
Yes, it is. Palm Beach, Jupiter. Yeah. It's the start of the Florida Golf Swing.
Please tell me fucking this is on CBS. But my guess is, old school Honda. This one's always on NBC, isn't it?
Yeah, CBS is done. They're done till the Masters, Gabe.
Yeah.
We don't see them again. Nance gets a couple out, and then he's there for March Madness. But yeah, no, they're off till the next time CBS is the Masters.
Would it shock you if like Nance ever got nailed at one of these massage parlors?
Wouldn't shock me, but Nance is pretty. You always think they're the smartest guys until they're not, though, right?
Nance. Nance isn't known like as being a big pervert, but he did. He did the old dump the wife for some like fucking CBS hot assistant intern chick or something.
Yeah, that's an old story. I mean, I don't mean like the Nance. I mean like the sports media guy who makes it. And
Yeah, exactly. It gets the old trophy wife. You know what I mean? Like fucking. I guess you could say the same thing about that Corey Graves guy in the WWE.
Yeah, sorry. What did he's with Sasha now? Is that what happened?
Fuck, I don't know. Someone in the chat, I don't know. I don't even know the chick. I never even heard of her before this. Carmella, my bad. Carmella.
Oh yeah, Corey. Yeah.
So when I heard Carmella, I had to look her up, to be honest. Like I didn't know. Like if you told me Nia Jax, I know she's the big one. I know Sasha Banks. I know Becky Lynch. I know Charlotte. But after that, I don't know any of them. Oh, I know the Naomi chick. Chick with a nice ass there. I know the Naomi chick. But anyway, see, I had to look up the Carmella shit.
Oh yeah. Graves' wife accused her.
Yeah. And he did the old. We weren't together anymore type thing, but basically it's pretty bad. Like it was pretty sad post from the girl. I felt bad for her, but hey, like when people were like calling it out and shit, like she got heckled pretty good. Like I guess the next night, like it was last week. So what was it? The Elimination Chamber?
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Her fucking match, dude, lasted like 30 seconds or something. Like they got her in and out fast, fuck. And like they were booing her and shit. And because I saw on Twitter, people were like, kind of sucks for her tag team partners. She got dragged into this, you know? Like though, it's like total typical. Like she's the one getting booed, but Corey Graves like, whatever, you know, it's all right, but. I guess it's shocking to everyone that there's affairs going on in the WWE.
Oh yeah, it's a traveling roadshow. Oh, it's fuck.
I'm surprised there's not more. Yeah, I don't know if you remember. Like I had the Sunny chick on.
Okay. Yeah, she had her day. Well, yeah, she was with a lot of guys.
It got batshit crazy fast, man.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even ask her. Like she's pretty crazy. So. Yeah, she started talking about how fucking. She's like, I was like, I was like, you were this and that. And we're sort of reminiscing about the old days, and she said, yeah, well, I don't miss Bret Hart's wife fucking accusing me of fucking him, and fucking she went right into it. You probably were, fuck, you know what I mean? Like, so like. Oh yeah, I was like, even me, I wanted to change the subject. I'm like, all right, Sonny. So what do you got coming up? Like, but she's really gone fucking crazy. It's pretty crazy actually to see. Like she was like she was the star fucking chick in the WWE for like 2 years. She was like one of the hottest names out there.
Yeah, she was this fucking smoke show, man.
Yeah,
I was like a fucking 13-year-old boy. Yeah, don't worry about me. Yeah.
Yeah, even me. I was older, but I remember those were the days when I'd go to the Forum or Bell Center and it was like I was front row and shit.
Yeah.
Like I actually did the old I was like, man, we're getting front row. People were like, why do you want to be front row so much? I'm like, Sonny's there tonight, right? So I'm right at the gate at just by chance. Fuck, man, fucking. Like her ass was just like right in front of me, like for her whole match. She was right there, and it was crazy. The shit people were yelling at her though, like fucking, like she had pretty thick skin and stuff, but she was a pro, man. Yeah, she was on top of it. Yeah, like she was like the first internet star.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah.
It's true. Like Drew saying, most number one downloaded on AOL.
Yeah, I was a good number. I was a good number of those downloads. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's sort of like she was a star when like the internet sort of became household. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, do I know?
Like I remember my ex-girlfriend. May she rest in peace. She was the one I'd seen computers before and whatever. I wasn't totally stupid, but I never had one or the internet and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm sitting there and And she's like, fucking punch anything you want in. Like, you know, and I didn't even know. Like, so I fucking do Sunny WWF. Like these bikini pictures pop up. She's like, you fucking, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, right away, she's all pissed off about the internet. She's like, that's not what the internet's for. My first discovery of the internet was like, I swear to God, I think Sunny was like the first thing I punched. Like, actually, it was like first thing I punched was like Buffalo Bills or Michigan Wolverines, right? I was like, wow, oh, look at all the information here. And I was like, sort of getting freaked out. And yeah, it was fucking hilarious. Like, I actually remember the internet. Yeah, Tori Wilson was hot in her day too. There's Tori Wilson. I like Tori Wilson. I'm a fan of. I've been a fan of most of the divas over the years, though. Who's the one that did the GoDaddy ads? Candice Michelle. She was hot at the time. If you remember too, what was her name? Maria Casillas or something like that. Remember the chick with red hair? She came in studio. She was real cool too. She was actually very friendly. All right, Jeff. So the Robert Kraft fucking Memorial Tournament this week, or Invitational. The Robert Kraft. I can't just you can't make this shit up that this golf course is right down the street from this rub and tug place, but it is. So who do you got this week? Coming off a week that your boy Dustin gets it done.
Yeah, geez, Dustin. You know, near these WGCs, Gabe. It's you know how like there's this perception that the elite players are winning these WGCs at a far greater rate than they're certainly coming home with the majors. Like, I mean, the guys that are the chalk, like of the tournaments. They never seem to win the majors. They always seem to win the WGCs.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy the Honda. Unfortunately, well, the PGA had a new schedule this year, Gabe, and we haven't really seen a victim of the new schedule. But we're meeting it this week. I was actually lucky enough to be in Florida last week and got to go for a couple days. The field was amazing. Tiger was there. A lot of other players were there that aren't there anymore. With Bay Hill next week, popular and a great, in memory of Arnold. And the Players the week after, with the WGC being the week before, and Riviera we were just at, and Pebble. Yeah, no, this event really took a beating in terms of the field. If you're looking at the board, I'm sure you'll see it's a weaker field than we've had in quite a few weeks. The weakest in a few weeks, quite for sure. And weaker than it's been in years for the Honda.
It's just strange that, so Tiger not playing?
Yeah, I mean, listen, in fairness to Tiger.
I say it's strange only because he lives in Jupiter, doesn't he?
Yeah. In fairness to Tiger, last year he played it. He historically didn't actually play this event. The course didn't really suit the old Tiger. He actually really got going here last year. It's probably where he had his first really good tournament.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
This is where people were like, "Holy shit! Like something could actually be up this year."
Doesn't Ricky Fowler play well here?
Pardon?
Doesn't Ricky Fowler play well here?
He won here a couple years ago. Yeah. It's a hard course. There's a lot of water. People, golf fans, fringe golf fans that watch, but don't remember much will know like the Bear Trap. It's that infamous 3-hole stretch here. That's one of the hardest.
Yeah, I know, of course. This is an annual one, right? Like
yeah. So it's a hard course. A lot of scrubs have won here historically. Historically, the winning score isn't very high. You can make big numbers quickly. You almost just don't want to make big numbers, and you want to just play decent golf for 4 days, and you can find your way near the top.
Normally, it's funny. You and I'm often on the same page as you, and I sort of, some of these guys in the same range in the 35s to 50s catch my eye. But this week when I'm looking, the guy that sort of catches my eye and looking at a little data here is Brooks Koepka, but he's only 14-1.
Yeah, but 14-1, Gabe. I am not on Brooks. I think Pat is on Brooks. I really did think about it. He kind of played his first tournament of the year last year, and he played really well, except for, didn't putt great. But with Brooks, doesn't take much. Brooks at 14-1. I can't argue. That's actually a very strong number, in my opinion. It's laughable to think like Justin Thomas is 5-1 and Brooks Koepka is 14. Yes, Justin is great form. He's had a lot of great finishes, probably like 3 straight top fives. So he's like rolling, and people feel he's due to win at any moment, considering the fact he won here last year. He's 5-1, but he hasn't won, and that's a number of a guy that's won like almost
crazy.
2 events.
Crazy number.
Yeah, 5-1 is like almost like, oh, if you didn't know Gabe, if you just like were away on like, you weren't following golf for a month, you came back and he's 5-1. You're like, oh, did he win like 2 of the last 3 events? Oh, he didn't win any? Okay. I mean, granted, he's been, second and like fourth, or I'm not exact, but he's been pretty fucking ridiculous. His statistics, his iron play has been insane. But yeah, that's a really low number. But Brooks at 14, it's pretty good. If you're betting on Brooks, you're just like, his talent is worthy of this number in a field that isn't very deep. So I don't mind that Brooks number. Also, when you consider that like Fowler's 11-1 and Brooks is 14, I can make a strong case there, but I'm not. I like Gary Woodland. He always seems to love it here. Sergio always does play well here as well, and he's in fantastic form. So I don't know. I'll really be kicking myself as someone who's gonna like bet Woodland and maybe even Sergio and sort of pussy out and not have the balls to lay a little more money and bet Brooks. So
Any love for Webb Simpson?
He's very highly thought of this week by people that I do trust, but I'm probably not going to invest there because I'm probably going to bet on both Sergio and Woodland. So I'm going to
Adam Scott's another one here at 14-1. So
yeah, he won here a couple years ago. His game totally suits everything that this course is about. He is a horse for this course, Gabe. In the last, I would say almost historically, yes. So, yeah, sorry, Scott, Gabe. In his last 5 runs here, he's been 13th, 14th, he's won, and he's been 12th. So, a lot of people are really high on Scott.
Jeff Feinberg was great seeing you the other night.
Yeah, always a good time. I hadn't seen Cammy in a while either. He's always a fucking blast.
Cam was on fire on Saturday.
Yeah, listen, when his I love Cam. Been around him a long time, but he's much more enjoyable to be around, as is anybody. But I like being around Cam when he's winning his bets, and he was having a real good Saturday night. Leafs had to come back. He bet it live. He was wearing his Islanders jersey. They won a pretty stress-free game, so he was having a good time.
He was on fire. It's good times. We'll see. He's gonna be on tomorrow. Well, we do the show every day, but he's gonna be on the TV and shit tomorrow with his golf picks. We'll see what he comes up with. But yeah, these are the 2 that sticks out to me the most. Brooks Koepka 14, Adam Scott 14. You got Garcia at 16. You mentioned Woodland 18. Webb Simpson 25-1. And if I had to bet on 3 guys, I'd go with Koepka, Scott, and Webb Simpson.
Yeah, no, and a little farther back, I like maybe Benny On at 50-1. I don't mind him one bit.
Yeah, Benny On, huh?
Yeah.
What about Lucas Glover too at 60-1? Come on, Lucas. It seems like he's got a puncher's chance, Lucas Glover, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, I'm always into Lucas Glover, but I don't know. I'm not pulling the trigger there. But I do see a lot of people have written.
Maybe more top 20. Same with Kokrak guy.
Yeah, Kokrak. Geez, I don't not like Kokrak. I'm just amazed at how much love he's getting at a course with so much water. That kind of surprises me, but he's not really on brand. He's not really on brand for me. I'd look more in that range like at a Russell Knox, in my opinion. Good little wind player. This course always gets pretty windy.
So you and Pat did the video already for this week?
Yeah. We threw that out there yesterday. It's already up and running for sure. So.
All right, good stuff. I saw it, but I was a little confused if it was for this one. But
yeah. No, I don't know. There's always lots going on there, and I don't know. Good to see you back in New York, concrete jungle.
Yeah, back to the grind. Yeah, back to the grind and expensive weed. Fucking tomorrow morning, we got Jim Leland on the show.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful, classic.
Yeah, I've spoken to him before, but many years ago. So
yeah. I don't know, he's the master, right? He always liked smoking in the fucking
tunnel. Exactly. I'm going through the old Major League Baseball managers that I've interviewed over the years. Again, it's like a second go around.
Yeah.
But I like baseball managers are good interviews. Actually, they all have something to say. You know.
Yeah. No, I believe that, and this guy's he's managed some great teams and some great ball players. Oh, fuck, how old must he be now, though? Holy jeez, I feel like a Marv Levy or something.
Yeah, that's a good question. He's
like,
still
he was old. Like, he was old, like, when he retired the first time and came back 2 more times.
Let's see.
He was like a kid, Gabe. Like, when I was, like, a really young kid, like, I don't know. Benito Santiago might have been in his 2nd year, but I thought he was in, like, his 5th, and he was, like, his 10th. He was still playing, like, 10. He's like the oldest guy ever to me.
Benito Santiago, or his face is like a catcher's mitt. Fuck.
Yeah. He just seemed old. Yeah, before.
Yeah, Jim Leland, 74 years old.
Oh, that's probably younger than I would have guessed. All right, good for him.
All right, whatever. He's like Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. Good point.
He's a special assistant to the Detroit Tigers still to this day.
Yeah, they all lollygag around the spring trainings.
Yeah, no. I think he really is an executive, like with teams, not just sort of an ambassador type. I don't know. I could be wrong, but
I could really use the Indiana Hoosiers +3 tonight.
It's a tough game. I was leaning with Wisconsin.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah. World Series champion, 3-time manager of the year. On the World Baseball Classic. He actually coached the U.S. team in the World Baseball Classic, the last one.
Yeah, he won 1 World Series, right? And then he lost with the Tigers. And they got
No, he won with the Tigers.
No, he won with the Marlins.
He won with the Marlins.
And they lost. I think he lost. He took those really good Tiger teams. Wasn't he the manager? They just could never win.
And like I was going to say he lost with the Pirates, but I don't think they made it. He did.
They lost to Atlanta. People thought it was going to be Blue Jays Pirates, but it ended up being Blue Jays Braves.
Yeah, wasn't it the famous
Bream to the plate?
Yeah,
the Sid Bream. Yeah, Bream to the plate. Save. I only know that because I watched the Jays 92-93 like World Series video.
He said he's been around forever. Pittsburgh Pirates 86-96. All right, Marlins. He was only there 2 years. That mercenary Marlin team.
Do him and Bonds in 2019? Are him and Bonds good, on good terms?
Who, Leland and Bonds?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't ever recall Leland throwing him under the bus specifically. I guess I could ask him. That's the beautiful thing about talking to him. We'll be able to ask him. I want to talk some rule changes and potential rule stuff and get his take on the state of baseball right now. But all right, we'll get you out of here. I don't know if you saw this though. Did Atkins really say that he just doesn't see Vlad Guerrero Jr. as a big league player?
No, there's not a chance he said that. What does that mean? Come on, no.
Are you sure you didn't say that? It was.
Listen, I have no idea. I'm laughing. You saying that to me, if I found it as a comedy. I can't. like I don't know what context that was said. Like I don't know. Maybe he said like he's not a big league third baseman. Like I have no idea what he said. But he's a big league player. But you can't blame the Blue Jays for doing what they're gonna do. Like the rules are.
I don't. I actually don't. I don't like the rule.
No, the rule sucks. But the Jays have, they're gonna. They have no. They can't not. Like I'm a Jays fan. Like I would be angry at them if they said screw this rule. We're gonna like do what's right. Like no, you gotta just bite the bullet and say a month. But listen, the Leafs and the Raptors should have long playoff runs, it seems, and people won't even know the Blue Jays are existing in April.
No. So this is real. He said it.
I don't know. I'm gonna look at what I'm gonna go.
Hold on.
It's like it really comes down to development. Is like it really comes down to development. So I just don't see him as a major league player, right? He just pencil him in. It's done. He's 19.
Well,
he had.
All right. I don't know.
All right. Well, he says this now. Okay, let's just hear it one more time.
And it's like it really comes down to development. So I just don't see him as a major league player, right? He just pencil him in. It's done. He's 19.
All right. So he just doesn't see him as a major league player, but I guess he probably will miraculously see him as a major league player. What is the date? In 2 weeks? Fuck.
No, it's like a month after, I think.
I don't know. I think it's like, I don't think so. I think it's like literally like 17 days or something. It's something ridiculously transparent.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know. He's just, I don't know.
Stuff like even if you're fucking a kid over and you know he's going to be on the team, just shut up and say, just said, we're really excited. He's going to start the year in the minors, but we're really excited for what's to come.
Yeah.
Instead of, well, I just don't see him as a big league. Like, it's just this is the type of shit like superstar athletes do. They don't like shit like that. Like, I'm telling you, I know his father. Fuck, like Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Senior he's going to like seeing this shit. He's going to be like, fuck, this is bull. What kind of bullshit is this? Fuck, what are they talking about? The only reason anyone's fucking got fucking tickets to Jays games this year is they hope they can fucking see this kid. Stupid.
You're not wrong. I mean, it's been an geez, fuck. Game started 2 days ago, and the Tulowitzki story is kind of embarrassing. The first fucking pitch of the season, he hits a home run. The Jays, the highest paid Blue Jay, and then today the Atkins thing. So it's going to be a long, ugly year, and I guess it started worse than I could have imagined.
Tulowitzki's a fucking dickhead, though.
Of course. He's got to just say, thanks for the Blue Jays.
He's always a good guy, too. I'm surprised. Like, I don't know. The thing is, no one likes the Jays. Like, I've been saying this for years. Players don't like them. Like, when players leave, like, they don't like the organization. And remember, even old guys, when they come back, we don't really feel welcome. And
yeah, I don't know. You could be onto something. The fact that the holidays, like, almost,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's always weird. I don't know
if they did say you want to go in as a J. Something changed along the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, something changed, and I don't know. I mean, it's weird in the sense that
I remember Al Leiter talked about it.
Like, why? Like, I mean, you're making it seem like a deeper issue than like the last 4 years or 3 years with Shapiro. Like, this goes back obviously to like Beeston and a whole other era, I guess, which was so highly, I guess just, I say they were highly thought of, but that's just like McGowan giving Beeston blowjobs.
Tito Gaston, or let's say this is from this guy from the Tony Renant's from this team, or they'll do their little days, but I think the difference is it's like behind the scenes and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I remember a couple of the old Jays sort of dropped. I remember when this is a first-class organization, right? Like,
yeah, and that's
I think they sort of hey, get to the ballpark yourself. They don't even like stuff like that.
Those comments by Atkins are so like kind of disappointing, but I would say it has got to be a good sign. Maybe they're trying to get back to baseball first. Like I don't know how you felt, but like just the hiring of Griffin, like was that like a token to like educated base, like we're trying to be like a baseball first organization, because they really, for a team that owned the multimedia,
I'm gonna tell you something right now. All right, that is fucking terrible, but it's true. Griffin's the PR guy of the Jays right now. There's 2 times today that I came this close to ripping the Jays on Twitter and fucking did it because of him.
Oh fuck. Yeah, he's your buddy.
The season hasn't even started yet, and I'm thinking, I can't start off like this with him. Fuck, you know what I mean? I'm not, like,
you got to give them a fair shake to be shit before. Yeah.
But it's classic of me admitting, yeah, I know the guy. Fuck, it's like, yeah, it's the first time I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucking friends with the guy that fucking like is the PR guy of Blue Jays now.
And you really are friends with him.
And he follows me on Twitter and he retweets me and shit.
Yeah. No, he's always on
a radio show.
Yeah.
I think the Jays are smart. I think they know. They're like, oh fuck, no one's gonna fucking rip Griffin. Fuck. Fucking, it's comical. It goes to show, and hiring nepotism works.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's gonna get sure. I mean, you're a hard egg to crack, and you're gonna give him and them, well, him in general, but you're gonna like wait it out before you're really.
I couldn't resist. Somebody asked me about the fucking Atkins shit, and I said, like, is this for real? I said, listen, I think the rule's dumb, but I agree what the Jays are doing, but he should shut the fuck up, essentially. Like, he's got to, like, Griffin, though. I know him, too. Even him. He's like, oh, God, why are you saying this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why? I don't know. It's like Atkins and Shapiro are just bad at, like, communicating. You know what I mean? Like, it's the way he said it just came across wrong. Like, could have said, he's just not ready just yet. He needs a little seasoning.
Yeah, you're just saying, like, he's 19 years old. There's a lot more that goes into it.
And look, also like a dickhead in media stopped it right there, right? Stop, cut. So let's hear the rest of what he said.
It really comes down to development. So I just don't see him as a major league player, right? He just pencil him in, it's done. He's 19. He has accomplished everything he can accomplish as an offensive player, and there's so many opportunities for him defensively and what he can do to really maximize the power and the size and the strengths that he has. And everyone then points to defense, but it's really not just about defense. It's about him having a 15-20 year career and starting with an incredible foundation. That's everything that encompasses teammate. That's the physical aspect, the base running, the defense, and that physical aspect really plays into what type of offensive player he's going to be. And he has the ability to be so versatile and dynamic, and we want to make sure we tap into all of that potential.
I don't really know what he said.
I don't know what he said, but all I'm taking from it is we'd like him to lose 10 pounds and be a little better defensively.
Yeah, and I could live it, and it's a good point. When he says the dynamic of where he plays, in other words, we can't make a 19-year-old fucking kid the designated hitter. Like, you know what I mean? And it's a good point. Like, where are you putting him? Like, you can't put him at third base.
If he's not going to play a position, you just keep him in the minors. And, I don't know, Gabe. They're saying first or third.
He can't play third base. Fuck. It's fucking dangerous there. It's a bad idea. I know he's got a can of an arm. Put him at first base and get it over with. The kid's fucking fat, man. Like,
you also have, like, I don't know, can you hide him?
Like a shorter version of his father, but his father.
Can you hide him in left field or no way?
Like, his ass sticks out. Like, they got big hips and big asses, the Guerreros, man. Like, they're like fucking Kim Kardashian. I'm telling you, like, the power's all from the hips and the ass with these guys.
Skydome is it might be the most, like, generic, normal, like, just, what am I trying to say? Like, the outfield, there's no, like, monster. There's no, like, weird wall crevices. With a great guy like defensive center fielder like Pilar, can you, like, stash him in left field? Can he be an outfield? Like, probably not.
You could, but I sort of get what they're saying. I just didn't like his wording of this. Like,
just because he's 19 years old. There's 19 years old. There's a lot that goes into it. That's all he has to say.
Yeah, but the thing is, the kid on the Braves is young too, and he lit it up, right? So
I know. Yes. Yes.
So it almost looks like, well, what are we doing here, right?
Yes.
Like, you know what I
and
mean?
and
Like,
yes, you're not wrong. And not just the kid on the Braves. They're the fucking Devers on the Red Sox.
exactly.
In
It's
the last
it's a
like
new era of
5 or
baseball, Jeff. In the old days,
in this yes.
wait,
Yes.
wait till he's 24 years old. And
Yes,
then
in this new era, like going back to even where Bryce Harper and Strauss, like guys are just, if they're good enough, the number one prospect, they just fucking, you find a place and you fucking play them.
But it is interesting, like, because you put him in AAA, he's just going to crush it again, right? So it's up to him too. Listen, it's early. I haven't seen him run or anything like that. I saw the video of him showing up the other day, and he looked pretty chunky. And you know, I get what Atkins is saying about,
but he might be chunky forever. You kind of said, like, I don't know, man. He just might be a fucking chunky guy. Like,
yeah, but no, you accept that. But what he said about being an all-around teammate, he even said, like, basically, like, it could be a fucking problem. Like, if you got this kid and he's going to struggle hitting a little bit, and if it's a fucking shit show defensively everywhere, it's going to fuck with his hitting. Right? I sort of get it. Plus the contract shit. So I like what the Jays are doing with it. I just don't like his comments. He's got to be better at this.
Well, maybe Griffin brought him in for a little
power. I tell him basically, listen, I would tell fucking Vlad Jr., listen, kid, you know what I mean? Basically, you know, I'd show him pictures of other players basically and say, look, fuck, you know, look at you so quick. Like, look at these guys. You know what I mean? You got to get in a little better shape and tell them, sort of like a kid, fuck, you know, we can't fucking give you the at-bats until it's sort of like a running back, Jeff. You know, it's a lot like fucking Mac and Indy. You know, like, remember even fantasy guys, give him the fucking ball, man. He runs for big yards. You give him the ball. He gets the quarterback killed, right? It's that old drill. We can't put you on the field, kid, unless you can fucking protect the quarterback a bit as a running back. You can't just, like, take off. Like, it's not, doesn't work like this. You have to be all around. And I can see this with Vlad too. They can't have him stumbling and bumbling out there. It's going to fuck with him. And as I stated, you can't make a 19 or 20-year-old kid a DH. That's just, it's like you're cutting it off. So I understand Atkins about we want to tap into his potential, as in we don't want to throw him out there when he's half-assed and only has half the game down. But I get it. I get it. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on this, and not just because of Griffin. I'm thinking this through as a clear baseball decision.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He has to succeed. Like, everything this franchise has right now is him. It's like all they have. So he has to succeed. I mean, yes, they have some other nice pieces, but you know what I mean. I mean, he's like the only thing as a Jays fan, like you like get excited about, really.
Well, people in the chat are asking right now too. Yeah, listen, guys. Like, we got to settle down. Like, he's the number one prospect in baseball, right? Like, and another thing is, yes, he can catch a pop fly. He can ground. Like, he's not, if you see him play defense, he's not good in the outfield because he's not fast enough, right? So that's a problem. He's got a cannon of an arm like his father does. So you see him at third base, and he made plays, and he gets the ball to first so fucking fast because he can really throw it. But playing big league third base is different than playing fucking AA third base. Like, big league third base, there's a lot of responsibility. It's fucking dangerous as hell. Yeah, it really is. I'm not just saying that. Like,
and like, you don't think like, oh, Vladdy's at third base, like the first at bat of the game, Brett Gardner just going to drop a fucking bunt down?
Yeah, what's he going to do? So it's almost like a mini Big Poppy, fuck, but he's only 19. You know, it's like a problem, fuck. You know?
Yeah. Like, I don't know, like, what the teams will take advantage. He'll be he could, you know. I'm not so worried about the hot grounders as him like covering the actual position, the ground that position needs to cover.
It's just people wanted him last year and they didn't get him. So now, like, the Jays can't say, it's like telling a kid you can't open your present. You can't open your present. Eventually, fucking people are going to snap and say, just put the fucking kid in the fucking game, right?
Yeah. Or, like, are people going to snap, or is, like, Ed Rogers going to listen to the radio for 8 minutes, hear 5 angry callers?
Or
call someone.
Guerrero fucking going to tell his son, fuck this organization, fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you don't want to start off on the wrong foot, but I think they've been pretty good. I think Yeah, no, you want to that relationship will always need to be massaged. It kind of feels like the only reason that we had the right or he signed with us is because the Jays fucking played Vladdy as a fucking like retire. Remember, like
Yeah.
Vladdy was his last. It's almost like the Jays fucking hooked him like 500, 400K personally. They're like, you're gonna give us the edge here.
I hate to say it too, but the fucking Expos come back. You know who's going right for them.
Sure, yeah, I guess makes yeah, I can't deny that. You could also argue that fucking Artie Moreno in Anaheim will fucking
Yeah, no, I'm not going to deny it. I won't deny his father. We'll tell him go to Artie Moreno and all the money. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like Guerrero. Remember, you saw when he hit that home run in the fucking game at Olympic Stadium last year.
Oh, Gabe, as embarrassing as it sounds, that was the fucking highlight of the the Jays last year.
Jays moment.
That was no, I can't like yeah, give me a better moment. That was the best moment of the fucking season. A fucking exhibition home run. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, it really was too much in Montreal and shit.
No, it was a great moment.
He hit it, didn't he? He hit it into the exact same seat that his father, the senior, hit one too. It was nuts.
Oh, well, of course.
Like they showed the thing, it landed in the same spot. Like it's fucking nuts, man. Like you said, there's something special about him. Like he's one of those holy shit type of players. But you know, the Jays better not fuck this up. I get it. I get it. You know, you sit him for the month here, let him play some defense. He's got to get in a little better shape, but there's still 6 weeks left here. I mean, camp just opened. And he's always going to be a chunky kid. It's just his father's like that too. So, like, he's never going to be a rip guy. It's not who he is. But
I'm actually going to be going to visit my folks next week in Arizona. I'm actually going to go see. Well, the Rockies and the Diamondbacks share a facility, like, 10, 15 minutes from where I am. I always go. I always end up.
Nice.
They usually end up playing each other, but it's a beautiful new little park there. So I always like.
I've never been to a spring training game.
Oh, I don't know. It's different, but
that would be cool. I wish I did. I wish I could just sit back for a week.
It's a lot of like just really old people.
Yeah.
Like, no, I mean it. Like, it's like that's really all that's in the crowd. I like to like just go walk, like sit in front of like 3 fucking nerds, like talking hardcore fantasy and just like listen. Not to like engage with them, but like literally just to soak it in. Not to even learn anything. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
guys are really fucking into it. Like, guys are real. Like, these guys are fucking there. Like they're fucking. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird.
I love it. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
The beauty of it. All right, Jeff. So great hit this week. A lot of fun. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. All the best.
It was good. We'll see you again this summer. We'll come up for an Argo game.
Yeah. Awesome. Fuck right.
All right.
Later.
Good stuff. Jeff could have went on and on. Good, great hit with Feinberger tonight. Fun talking sports with him. This will be another thing I'm going to be able to ask Jim Leland in the morning about. I just, it's just honestly, the more you look at this, and we can all go, oh, how do you talk about this kid? But for all we know, man, really, maybe they're disappointed in him. Yeah, I mean, maybe he's fucking, I don't know. I'm not at the camp, right? I saw a little video of him coming out and waving at everyone and shit. But maybe the Jays thought, you know what? Fuck, this kid would fuck. We thought he'd be in better shape. Like, he maybe thought we're going to give him the fucking spot. There's another thing, if you sort of hear him, like, he's sort of saying this. We're not just giving him the job, right? Like, basically, he has to earn it. Like, starting to come around on Atkins on this, actually. Because Atkins wouldn't be insulting him like this. This could be a sense of motivation for him, telling him, listen, You're not ready to be a big league player yet. Yeah, you can put the ball over the center field wall, but like I said, there's more to that, right? In baseball. They can't make him a DH. You can't make a 19-year-old kid a fucking DH, because he'll always be a DH. You know what I mean? Like, it's once he's a DH, there's no turning back. Like, he shouldn't want to be a DH. Like, look, like Bryce Harper. Like, the Yankees basically offered Bryce Harper. They spoke, like, they threw it out there to him. They were like, listen, we're already jam-packed in the outfield, so would you consider being a DH? And he was like, fucking hell no. Right? So, like, Big Poppy didn't like being a DH, even though the guy was like fucking 600 pounds. I'm going to hear this again in its context.
Our vision is like, it really comes down to development. So I just don't see him as a major league player, right? He just pencil him in, it's done. He's 19. He has accomplished everything he can accomplish as an offensive player. And there's so many opportunities for him defensively and what he can do to really maximize the power and the size and the strength that he has. And everyone then points to defense, but it's really not just about defense. It's about him having a 15, 20-year career and starting with an incredible foundation. That's everything that encompasses teammate. That's the physical aspect, the base running, the defense, and that physical aspect really plays into what type of offensive player he's going to be. And he has the ability to be so versatile and dynamic, and we want to make sure we tap into all of that potential.
One thing too, is I got to tell you, I know that, father and son isn't always the same. I knew the Habs would bounce back tonight once Carey Price was in. Hab fans can stop panicking for a night after they lost 2 games. Sports fans fucking don't understand, man, that schedules are long. Like, people don't realize, like, flying sucks, right? Like, when you travel, it drains you. It drains you when you're not doing anything. Like, people don't realize it. Like, these teams that play, I saw the Canadian fans freaking out last night on Twitter because they lost to the Devils. It's like, guys, they just were in Toronto on Saturday night. It's like, it's not like fucking, it's not EA Sports guys. Like, they're not just fucking robots that you throw out there. Like, they go out, hockey players go out there every fucking night. Like the Canadians tonight, they're playing their third fucking game in fucking 4 nights, with on the road. It's ridiculous. And fans freak out. Oh, they lost. Their power play sucks. They suck. Fucking, they're terrible. They're not going to make the playoffs. It's like fucking 3 nights ago when they were beating the Flyers, the Canadians were great. Same crap with the Raptors we talk about. It's fucking annoying. It's a modern sport fan, just fucking idiots. But the thing, is, like with Vladimir Guerrero Jr., is he is basically exactly his father. All right? Like, so they are the same. And I know his father well. Fuck, I was around him and shit. So I saw him in his prime. And I'm telling you, like, the son is going to be like his father. And the Jays are going to have to sort of accept some shit and throw him out there. Like, I don't know if the son is much more detailed, though, right? I don't know if he's more detailed than Vlad was. Like, Vladimir Guerrero was not, like, he never watched fucking tape. He never, like, worked out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he never went in that gym. Like, he never worked out. It was weird. Like, he's just like, it was 1,000% natural ability. Like, he didn't work out. He was in shape, kind of, but he was sort of, he had a weird body. Like, you know, he wasn't ripped on top. Like, he didn't have big arms, Vladimir Guerrero. For a guy that crushed fucking, like, the ball as much as he did, he didn't really have massive arms. Like I said, he has big hips. He's got, like, big fucking ass. Sort of like Clemens. Like, baseball, when I say ass, like, your hips and your back side and shit. Like, CC Sabathia and these dudes. Like, they get that torque, right? Like, coming off the mound. And they get the power from the lower back and ass fucking and shit. And like Vladimir Guerrero, like, look at his highlights and shit. Like, you'd see him, like, his home runs. He's like, he's sticking, like, he's like, doof. And he'd sort of just swing like, doof. And the ball would just take off. And, you know, like Vladimir Guerrero, of course, like Guerrero, of course, like, used to swing at balls that would bounce and shit. He'd swing at balls over his head. You know, like fucking, like Frank Robinson, like, used to, like, have heart attacks. Like, he told him. Frank Robinson told me a story that fucking, he told Guerrero, like, you got to stop fucking swinging at pitches that, like, are fucking balls all the time. And Guerrero got pissed off and fucking basically told fucking, told his agent, like, to fucking tell Frank, like, don't tell him what to do ever again type shit. like Guerrero was like Guerrero looked at him basically and said, Guerrero basically said, I don't understand what you're saying to me. Like, fucking, I don't speak English. Guerrero just, like, blew Frank, like, right the fuck off. Like, and trust me, like, Guerrero used to piss them off, man. Like, fucking, because Guerrero had such a great arm, so he would never hit the cutoff guy. He would always try to throw people out. And then Vladimir Guerrero, he got on his big kick where he always used to try to throw people out at first base. Said people hate that shit. Like, that's showing people up in baseball. So, like, Guerrero would see you're not running hard down the first baseline, and he'd fucking whip it to first base from right field. And it's fucking nuts, man. Like, he could throw you out and shit. Like, his arm was that good, and he'd fucking want to burn you. Except it was also a detriment. Because if, like, you had a head start and you're rounding second and shit, and most guys would concede, I can't throw this guy out. Like, and, you know, there's other guys on. Guerrero would never be like that. Guerrero would be like, I'm throwing this guy out. Yasiel Puig has that in him, too, where it's like, I'm going to throw the guy out. Fuck this. Yeah, big legs. You know what I mean? That's it. Vladimir Guerrero's fucking thighs are like a speed skater. I'm telling you, his thighs are, like, thick. You know what I mean? But his arms are skinny. Like, Guerrero had skinny, like, wrists. It was very weird. Like, I remember people marveling at him, basically. They're like, fuck, he's weird. Fuck, like, how he does this. And it was just natural ability. He knew how to hit a baseball. But where I'm going with this is His kid, I'm sure, is the same way. I doubt his kid is like a fucking, tactician of the game type thing, right? He's a see ball, hit ball type of kid, and he does it well. He's going to be a star. Like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will be a star. Will he be the best player in the game? That's the thing. Like the Jays are, I don't know. He doesn't seem to have the same tools as the kid on the Braves does, right? Like the kid on the Braves can run, field, like steal bases. You know what I mean? Like he's not going to be a 5-tool player, Guerrero. He's going to be a power hitter. He's going to be a power hitter. Like you're going to have to accept this, I'd like to see here. Let's see, Vlad Guerrero. All right, so here's this is what I want to see, scouting report on his defense. All right, misses patience. That's one thing. We're saying here he's more patient. Misses patience with an ability to identify pitches and their location. He's got the same ability as his father to go out and hit any pitch thrown, but he'll take a walk much more regularly than his father ever did. If anything, he's been accused of being too passive at times, although this is scouting in the minor leagues when he was 18 years old. Saying that his bat speed is good, that he'll all right, blah, blah, blah. Let's see the 30, 40. All right, so basically here, so defense. Big kid. He's only going to get bigger. He's agile for his size, but he doesn't move well enough from side to side at present time for seeing him to be able to play third base long term. I'm not sold. This is a scout's take. I'm not sold he would definitely need to move to first. See, this is what he's saying. All right, he goes, I'm not sold that he would definitely need to move to first. Spot his athleticism will let him be a quality defender and a spot that his bat still easily plays at. I could see him actually getting a look in left field to take advantage of his athletic ability. His defense is hard to project because it depends on what his body growth does. The arm is big, and it's another reason why you could see him playing left field. Speed is not part of his game. That's obvious. And he's only going to get slower. So Scott says he's only going to get slower as he gets bigger. All right. Overall scout take. This kid is special. He's going to hit for power and average. He's going to have quite the impact. He's, to me personally, among the top 3 prospects in the game behind Rafael Devers and Osuna. Osuna, who comes with as high of a floor ceiling as he does. Him becoming a 300 hitter with 30 home runs isn't actually something that takes a ton of projection. Only question is where he can fit in and play defensively. So this is another scout's take on him, basically stating that he's a 330 guy, fucking basically automatically, but where can you fit him in defensively? So you know what? It sounds like he'll be able to play defense. It's just his offense is way ahead of it, and we are talking about Major League Baseball here, right? This isn't like fucking softball. You can't just say, "Well, he hits home runs, so just put him out there." Like he's gonna get his fucking head taken off. Like he can get injured and shit, you know. Like Jeff said, people will be bunting on him and like fucking like they've got to get him down here. Like, anyways, he plays the first fucking month or 2 months in the minors. Let him play some defense. Where until finally it's like, all right, we got no choice. Call him up. You know. Here's another one. Vladimir Guerrero's defense, not quite ready yet. He's not a Major League Baseball third baseman right now, says Keith Law, senior scout and analyst for ESPN. Same thing. And Keith Law is very respected. He's like got one of the top scouting services and projections and shit. He's saying the same thing. He said he's just not a Major League third baseman. He's a Major League hitter. But his defense does not match his offense. His offense is way advanced. There he goes on. See, basically a Guerrero, like he's almost a tweener, like everyone's saying here right now already. He's way too advanced offensively for the minors, but his defense is not ready. So this almost says, hey, fucking kid, like you better fucking like start feeling some ground balls, bro. Like otherwise, like, you know, you got a problem on your hands. Law for the scouting report, Buster Olney, after watching Guerrero play third base on a couple of occasions in the minors. He's huge for a 19-year-old. I'm not saying he's fat. I'm just saying he's big. This is a very big player who does not move very well laterally. See, the other scout said the same thing. Doesn't move well laterally. Typically, you want your third baseman to have a little agility and a little more left to right movement. He's got plenty of arm, just like his father, like Guy said. He could play anywhere with his arm strength. He has a tendency to overdo or even possibly showboat on routine plays. I've seen him twice so far this year where he has erred on pretty routine plays trying to backhand something rather than just get his body in front of the ball. I've seen him overthrow to second base. There's a huge consistency problem out there. So essentially, as we dig in deeper, guys, it sounds like it's a fucking train wreck defensively. Like they're all like we're seeing multiple takes here saying the kid can't play fucking infield in major leagues, and he's not agile enough to be playing the outfield yet. All right, Guerrero keeps on drawing comparisons to Rafael Devers, a gifted hitter who came to the majors with defensive questions. I just don't think Vlad has the same footwork to end up covering the position as Devers. I think he's somebody you can work with. Devers was somebody you can work with. I don't know if that's the case with Vladimir. I also think Vlad's bat is so far ahead of his glove at this point. We've seen with a few prospects, you might say, you know what? We might just need the bat in the lineup. He's wasting time in the minors. We'll figure out some place to put him down the road. But in the meantime, this guy needs to be hitting in the big leagues. Wow, sounds like quite the fucking dichotomy here, man. It's funny, too, because you know, even me, I wanted to jump on Atkins here, but Atkins is basically calling him out. He knew what he was doing. Atkins knew what he was doing when he did this interview when he said he's not a major league player. Because that's like when I saw that, I'm like, why are you pissing the kid off? Now I realize you're pissing the kid off because he's not fucking ready. And I guess he thinks, hey, fuck, I'm the #1 prospect in baseball. I can fucking hit home runs. I mean, what do? Do you make him a fucking DH? Like, yeah, like you got to get him up there. Like, you know, I mean, let him sit for the first month, whatever it is. I think it's 21 days or fucking 28 days or whatever the exact rule is. It just goes on and on. Fuck. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s bat looks ready as ever. Basically, everyone's saying the same thing. We can read, there's mom seeing other scouting reports, multiple scouting reports, same thing. Lacks lateral movement, inconsistent. That's the thing. Like big league baseball, big league baseball, you can't be making errors like every second play. It doesn't work like that. Like you make like 2 errors in a game, man, like you're in trouble. You know what I mean? Like you make 2 errors in a game, you do it like when you're a young player, like it's almost like you have to be able to play defense because like you're not always going to hit. Like if you're going to keep you in the lineup, you're going to have to be able to make routine big league plays. And look what the scout said. That Keith Law said, I see him fucking hot dogging, fucking backhand, overthrowing fucking second baseman. Yeah, I don't think, and the thing is, Ty Rich, he's not like a bad kid that, he's all ego and shit. But like I said, his father was not like a workaholic, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. You know what I mean? Steve Sachs was great. Every once in a while he'd throw a ball over the dugout into the crowd, and basically they ran him out of baseball. I mean, look at the pitcher, Rick Ankiel. He was good, but every once in a while he'd throw like a crazy wild pitch, and they were like, "All right, bro, you can't do this anymore." Like, baseball is a sport where they freak when you make mistakes. All sports coaches freak out, but baseball really freaks out. You know what I mean? Like when you get the look from your pitcher and shit, like imagine like the pitchers like giving Guerrero looks like, dude, you just booted a routine third, come on. Like, what's up, bro? What's your scouting report? Listen, he's a young kid too. Let's not bury the kid defensively yet. He's just gotta, he's gotta get it. He's got to get it. You know what I mean? And I think it'll probably it'll happen as he'll get frustrated playing in Buffalo. He's gonna get tired of playing in Buffalo, and one day, like basically, I think that's what they're gonna wait to hear. They're gonna need the manager in Buffalo to say, yeah, he's out here grounding balls every day early. Listen, Vladimir Guerrero is a fucking Hall of Famer. He's been he's been around the game. He'll tell his kid, listen, this is why you're not playing right now. This is why you're not in the big leagues. And anyways, like I said, they weren't going to call him up for the first month anyway. So no, neither do I. I don't. I'm not going to call out the Jays. Something that I often do, but I'm not going to call them out for this. Like I said, if the kid can't play defense, he can't play defense. Like it's pretty simple. And like I said, you don't want to make your top prospect in baseball a DH specialist. Like that's embarrassing. Ultimately, I think Russ Atkins was pretty bang on. It's just, and at first I'm like, why are you saying it like this? But now I start to realize that I think they're probably trying to send him a message. Because think about it. If you're the Blue Jays, you want Vladimir Guerrero up here this year. You just don't want him up there in the first month, so you get the extra year of service, right? So, so it's not like they're trying to bury the kid. They want him to be there. Like fucking Brooks said. Brooks is like, I'm not going to a game until he's there. like he's the face of the franchise, even though he's not there yet. Yeah. Dante Bichette's kid is on the Blue Jays. Roger Clemens' kid. And there's a fourth one, actually, which is pretty crazy. There's actually another one. I always forget. The Bichette kid's supposed to be pretty good, too. He's like a year behind still. Biggio, thank you. Good call, Ro. Yeah, Biggio. Yeah, pretty crazy that the Jays, the Jays are basically like just drafting everyone's kid. You know what I mean? I gotta tell you, this Denver Oklahoma City game, what I'm seeing of it just here in the background is very entertaining. Like crazy, like they're playing hard, man. Like there's offense, but they're playing defense. Like they're trying to block shots. Like it's fast paced. Like man, the Denver Nuggets are a damn good team, man. And Oklahoma City are really good this year. No, we shouldn't get his hopes up. What's up, Baz? We shouldn't get his hopes up. I shouldn't have sent it to him, but Chowder would actually have to go to Buffalo. You know, they probably pay like $50 a fucking game. He would be perfect at it, though. Billy Buffalo. Well, look, he's got to audition for it, right? Nothing's stopping him from auditioning. I mean, if anything, maybe we get a GoFundMe, we get him to Buffalo for the audition. Thing is, you got to be a Bills fan. You can't be a Patriot fan. So Chowder would have to lie. Like we have to send Chowder in wearing Bills gear. What's up, Eagle fan? We got to wind things down here. There's a difference now. I'm getting emails from the producer right now, 11:29. I got idea for a segment and stuff. Got to start spicing the show up a bit, you know. Especially now, it's a slower time of the year, so it takes more work. But got some good guests coming. Tomorrow will be good. We got Jim Leland and the Raging Redhead Cam Stewart talking some golf. All right, so the Atlantic City stuff is starting to fall into place a little bit here, and we've got a new addition to Atlantic City, and he seems pretty serious about it, actually. Joey Odessa. Joey, which is very strange because Joey doesn't like crabs, which is like very, I don't know. I find the whole thing strange, but nevertheless, Joey Odessa is from New York, right? So evidently Joey wants to come home for a couple of days. So Joey's coming to New York, and he's going to come in studio and the whole 9 yards. So Joey Odessa is coming to New York. He's going to come in studio, and he's going to come to Atlantic City with us. Which just adds another dynamic to the trip. The Raging Redhead Cam Stewart, like I said, Cam's like, I'm going to see if I can make it, like, because it's 2 days after the last, like, just little brouhaha. Like, you know, Cam goes to an Argo game and complains about it for 3 weeks after how it wiped him out, right? So, remember I told you guys this? I'm like, yeah, I won't even bring it up to Cam now because, like, I know, like, I said today, he's like, yeah, I'm going to see if I can get there. And I said, yeah, don't worry, Cam, still a month away. Like, you gotta let like a couple of weeks pass. You know what I mean? And like when the tournament's coming, he'll want to come down. I think it's not cheap. These trips add up, you know. The thing with these trips is it really is better to handle your business in advance. Like that's how Jazz missed out on the trip last week. You know, he was going to come, but he waited too long. That's the thing. Like it really makes a difference, man. Like with the airlines and stuff. So yeah, Corey's coming. Corey's going to stay with. Listen, Riggs. I think Riggs. I gotta speak to Riggs, but I think Riggs might have 2 rooms type of deal. He's either got 2 rooms or he's got a suite with like 4 beds or something. Sleeps 4. The thing is, it's like, I don't mind that for a night. I don't mind partying and shit, but I can't stay in like a fucking room with 3-4 dudes, like just a hotel room for that long. Oh, Slick Picks is going to come up from Boston. Steel City Steve from Pittsburgh. Looks like I said, it could be an old-fashioned rage, actually. Old-fashioned get-together. But Slick Picks was right, too, right? Like he suggested, he said, listen, we don't have to get a hotel right on the fucking boardwalk. We can get one of these fucking motels somewhere and just fucking drive over to the fucking sports books and hang out there, right? So, because, the rooms in Atlantic City, like, it's March Madness. They're not stupid, right? They know that. They're greedy in Atlantic City. Like, they're over there. It's like $250, like, at the real places and shit. Yeah, that's it. Steve said he can come up for like 2 days type thing. Like, I think Steve's going to get like Friday night and leave Sunday morning type thing. Yeah, so most likely the plan is we'll just do the morning show. And we'll do the morning show. And I was speaking to Mike about it today. It's a lot of work and a pain in the ass to jump through hoops, fucking. And I don't need to be in Atlantic City for 4 days anyways. I know myself. So, like I said, I can go, like, I'll get my bets in at FanDuel, do the shows, watch the games here, whatever. Or watch them at FanDuel on Thursday, whatever I want. And then do the morning show Friday, give all the picks for the games, Friday's games. And then boom, fuck, exactly. Hop on the fucking, I guess it's the bus. There's like an express bus to Atlantic City type thing. Tom from Long Island was telling me about it today. I'll look into it. Yeah, exactly. We'll just hop on the bus. Exactly. The Chinatown DGen Express, whatever. We'll be in Atlantic City in a couple of hours. Fuck. Buses have express lanes too. Like, we'll get there quick enough. We'll be there fucking Friday afternoon. I'll stay in Atlantic City Friday afternoon, Saturday, Sunday. I'll watch the games there Sunday all day, and then boom, come back Sunday night. I got to get this homicide shit done too. Just waiting for like the date to open up. But I think I'm going to go the week before Atlantic City, actually, back to Toronto. Wrap this shit up once and fucking for all. And but now in the meantime, like it's pointless anyways, even if we have it. Like, we got to get this cover shit done and like websites and all this type shit. Like, I got to get on this stuff. So I'm fucking swamped for fucking time, man. All right. So anyways, I got to get out of here. Speaking of time, I appreciate your support. Going to be a good show in the morning. Wednesdays are always great on Game Time Decisions. GTD is always rolling along. Got Mark Lawrence, Gamblu. Got big UFC card this week. Joey Odessa later in the week. All kinds of guests, all kinds of shit going on. So we're retooling the show. You know what I mean? It's like changing the offense. You know what I mean? But the powers that be are happy, and like I said, it's we got some like mainstream shit, commercial shit, hopefully, that they can fucking sell so we can make some fucking money. Thanks, Vegas Gun. Thanks, Bruce Chad. See you. Thanks, Drew. See you later, Brooks. Once and fucking for all. It's not a bad idea, Baz. Thanks, Rich. See you later, Baz. See you later, Stooch. Eagle fan. Brian Rowe. We'll see you in Atlantic City, hopefully, Rowe. Jazz. Shano. Spencer S. Lisa. Gino. I think Gino, where are you, Gino? Are you in Montreal, Gino? Reckless. What's up, Reckless? Stooch the man. Who else are we missing here that we didn't see? I don't mean to leave anybody out. Larry and Wawa. What up, Larry? Ryan C. What's up, Ryan C? And, of course, Kyle Johnson. It's Babano night tomorrow night, and Babano can deny knocking my drink over, but you guys will be in the chat to be witnesses. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.